Howdy, and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. Today is the 10 at 10 for November 5th of 2024.
Oh yeah, we got some awesome trees in the lineup for y'all. Make sure to drop a like, share, subscribe if you're feeling funky. But yeah, what do we got here today, Tim?
Well, today we got the best tree with the worst name. We got Dr. Brown. This is a slow-growing lace leaf that I love.
Yeah, man, I love the colors on this one. You get that kind of pinkish brown color in the springtime, moving into more of like that green, burgundy red kind of color during the summertime.
It glows.
Yes, this thing is pretty awesome. I like looking at the pictures online. You see that kind of spread of colors is kind of mixing together, kind of giving you something you don't get from a lot of other lace leaves.
And the fall color in this is simply amazing. It's a bright yellow orange that is just... It's the oranges to die for. It's one of the best orange fall colors of any of the Japanese maples. In fact, some nurseries unethically use the photo of Dr. Brown fall color for fall color of Orangeola, trying to market Orangeola, because they've got Talon Buchholz's great photo that just shows you this gorgeous orange fall color of Dr. Brown. It is stunning. I'm telling you, this is an amazing tree. Again, I wish I had a better name than Dr. Brown, because it really is extremely beautiful, and to me, it's probably one of the most underrated Japanese maples of them all.
Yeah, I know. If you're looking for something that's, going to give you that classic kind of cascading habit, this is a relatively slow-growing tree, kind of in that 5 to 6 foot range in 10 years, and it's going to give you a nice cascading habit. It's going to give you a burst of color during the spring and the fall time, and this is one that's going to spice up your garden a little bit.
All right.
All right, guys. Next up, a Talon Buchholz introduction. We got Acer palmatum eye candy here.
Yeah, found as a seedling from Alpenwise, this tree displays phenomenal, bright, just uniquely reticulated variegation. It's one of the more intense reticulated Higashiyama styles of them all. Eye candy, it's a play on words. I with the letter I, then K-A-N-D-I. This one is one that's a showstopper. It sells out quickly. So do make sure to check out fast today with eye candy.
Yeah, I mean, this is one, everybody's going to stop, ask you what's going on here during the springtime. Seeing this in springtime in Matt and Tim's mom's garden, and then seeing it in the springtime at Buchholz Nursery, it is definitely one of the best Higashiyama style trees you can get into. I think some of the most picked up pinks during the springtime, and I just love, that squiggle variegation that Higashiyama style provide you. But don't sleep on this thing during the fall time, because all those colors are going to kind of pick back up. You're going to get that intense kind of fall color throughout that variegated leaf.
Now, the springtime interest is when you really see the most variegation with eye candy. Make sure to avoid high amounts of nitrogen in that early springtime, because you can green up the leaves a little bit quicker by doing that. These leaves right here, which is the secondary flush during the summer, they'll show that variegation that eye candy is known for next spring.
Yeah, if you're looking for a pink tree to have in the garden, eye candy is definitely one you want to check out.
Y'all, next up, we got a fan favorite. We've got Acer palmatum purple curl. Y'all, been off the website for a little while. This is a fan favorite. It's got that uniquely variegated leaf that just sort of twists and curls and gives you just this sort of malting look to it.
Yeah, this tree is, one of my favorites that I have in my collection. I got really lucky. I didn't necessarily know what this tree was, but I found, a pretty good sized 1 gallon. I threw it in a pot and it did not disappoint. Now that fall color is coming back through, shrinking those leaves up a little bit more, making them curl a little bit more. But I mean, this thing is funky. You talk about one end of the spectrum with something like that eye candy where, you're kind of picking up that pink. This thing is like eye candy's, cousin that lives downstate. That's, maybe you don't go to Thanksgiving with them, but they're pretty cool. But this thing is just so funky looking. It's going to give you some great interest in the garden.
This is a fan favorite, so it will sell out really quickly. It has a unique style of variegation that just twists, get some yellowish orange kind of colors in that red purple kind of color. There's nothing else quite like it. Y'all, this is a collector piece for sure. Do check out quickly today. We've got a decent set of these today, but they won't last long like those marmalades didn't last week. So make sure that you check out really quickly. An awesome tree, and we're listening again today on MrMaple.com, Purple Curl.
don't miss out.
Y'all, next up, we got Pseudosebalom islid. These things came off the truck, and when these things came off the truck from Buckholtz, I'm talking they were just this vibrant, just pink-orange color that it was just simply amazing. It's a Pseudosebalom. It's a lace leaf. Y'all, we're talking a lace leaf that can be going down to negative 30 degrees. It's a zone 4 weeping Japanese maple. The beautiful fall color. It's got some good coral pink colors on the new growth. An all-around awesome lace leaf.
Yeah, this one definitely has a lot of, interest in just its visual appeal, but then you get that extra little bit where, if you're in a colder climate, you want to get some Japanese maples in the yard, islet is where you need to go. Those Pseudosebalom hybrids are pretty awesome. Kind of diving deeper into those, we got some in the works, and, slowly learning a little bit more and more about those is really cool, and that just makes this tree just that much more special. I mean, you talk about those fall colors, it just kind of looked like the back of the truck was just like lit up with, some fiery oranges, yellows, and reds just all across in that weeping habit. I mean, this thing is awesome.
Guys, grab you an islet today. Again, we're bringing you a little bit larger set this time, so hopefully everybody can get it that's looking for it.
Sounds good.
Guys, we're bringing you some hot chicken. Y'all, hot chicken, starting to show a little bit of fall color right now, an olive veranum seedling that Matt and I collected from the same tree at World Maple Park that brought Hot Tamale and Hot Sauce by Masayoshi Yano. We put those names, Hot Sauce and Hot Tamale, on them, but those were seedling evaluations by Masayoshi Yano. Hot chicken, this is our introduction from the exact same tree.
Yeah, I mean, I love this tree. It's got some interesting greens during that spring, the summer, a little bit more red kind of mixed in with the green. Going into, as it matures, having more of that sessilifolium style leaf at the bottom. And, I've never seen this one in fall color before, but it's very striking. You can kind of see maybe a little bit of similarities to something like a hot blonde with that red in there, but then you're getting some oranges on the leaves. This thing's looking pretty awesome right now, and being a part of that Heat Seeker series, gonna get that extra heat tolerance, and these things grow pretty quick.
I will tell you, I was jumping with joy because when we visited Masayoshi Yano, he was like, now we visited World Maple Park, saw all the amazing trees, and he was like, come back to my back secret greenhouse and see my cool stuff. And one of his cool things he had was a sessilifolium from Acer olive veranum. And it was a seedling that came from the same tree that this one did. And we went and collected seeds off of that exact same tree and got a Sessilifolium olive veranum. And so for me, next level plant, it's got that angel feather leaf structure. Y'all, check out quick today. These hot chickens, they won't last long. Guys, next up, we've got grafted rhododendron everred.
Yeah, this is an awesome rhododendron. It's going to be one of those evergreen guys. It's going to be, with that darker foliage, and it's going to give you a red bloom during the springtime. I mean, that's pretty awesome in my opinion.
It's one of my favorite rhododendrons because it gives you some foliage interest it gives you some really nice maroon colors on the leaves. The underside of the leaf is kind of purple, and that just adds to the dramatic effect. You add those blooms on top of that, and this selection is just a killer knockout rhododendron. And Ever Red is just one of the most colorful rhododendrons you can have. To me, a winner all the way around.
Yeah, growing up here in Western North Carolina, you see a lot of, rhododendrons, you see a lot of mountain laurels. And this is something that kind of has, an homage to that, but just something really, really crazy for the garden. I mean, put this with something yellow, and during that springtime, you're going to get a lot of play between both of those plants. And I mean, how could you not love this thing? I mean, that dark, deep foliage can play off so many different colors. It's going to provide a nice texture with that shiny, rounded leaf. And then during the springtime, when that red pops, I mean, that red is like crazy red. That pink red color, it's going to pop on that dark foliage. This is an awesome plant. And
being grafted, that adds a good vigor to the selection. We've done some rooted cuttings here before. They're a little slower to get established. Grafted tree will give you a stronger root system to help this tree get established faster.
Check it out today. All right, guys, get ready for the cold with this Thuja occidentalis snowstorm. An awesome variegated conifer that's going to catch your eye every time you're walking through that garden.
Yeah, I love variegation. Arborvitaes are very easy to grow. Thuyas are super easy. Give it good drainage. And this tree just adds so much dynamic variegation in there. I mean, check how variegated these Thuyas are. I mean, Snowstorm, it's a next level variegated conifer. For me, this is a super cool tree. We're talking 8 feet in 10 years, very pyramidal in its shape, and it's going to add a lot of dynamic color in the garden year round. And so if you're looking for an evergreen to add to your Japanese maple garden and you like variegation, look no further than Snowstorm. This is a rockstar conifer for your rockstar garden.
Yeah, I mean, everybody plants Chamaecyparuses in their garden, and now this one is going to just bring that new kind of interest into the garden with that white variegation. Definitely one that I will be picking up pretty soon.
So guys, we dropped Hot Chicken earlier on the same 10 at 10. We're dropping Hot Blonde. Y'all, if you like the Heat Seeker series, stay tuned to our 10 at 10s because, you know, there could be some other Heat Seeker series dropping in a 10 at 10 sometime soon. But Hot Blonde, bright yellow colors, loves the sun, grows fast, and good fall color.
Yeah, I mean, this one, you can't, sing the praises, loud enough for this guy. Anytime somebody's looking for a nice yellow maple, but they're in a little bit of a hotter climate, I mean, instantly going to tell them about Hot Blonde, a lot faster growing than a lot of other Japanese maples. And man, talk about some nice summer color for this guy. It's just going to get that bleached out kind of white, pale look during the summertime on those top branches, then give you that more lively feel as you go further down. One thing I love is just like that red border that this tree gets during that early spring too. I mean, this thing is a rock star.
Yeah, I mean, we've got this growing in full sun in Charleston, South Carolina. I saw people posting in the maple groups about how heat tolerant this is and how they're doing trials with it in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I talked to someone on the Dallas trip and they said they were growing this tree in full sun in that area. I mean, that's crazy next level heat tolerance for a Japanese maple hybrid. That's one of the reasons we love these heat seekers is they can handle more sun and more heat than many other Japanese maple selections. And the sunlight brings out the yellow color and you get more growth with Hot Blonde in a more sunny situation than a more shaded situation. But the fall colors are some vibrant reds and some of the best fall colors of any tree.
Yeah, I mean, this thing rivals Osakazuki for fall color, in my opinion. And I mean, I just love how fast this grows. You want a nice tree in the landscape in a couple of years. This is definitely one that'll be up your alley, especially with the added ornamental qualities that it provides. All right, guys, next up, we got Acer palmatum Vinnie Mako.
Vinnie Mako is a spring interest Japanese maple with some vibrant pink-red colors in that early springtime.
Yeah, I mean, this is one, if you're an enjoyer of something like the DeSojo family, definitely check this out. An awesome introduction to that Corallinum group. Just amazing spring colors, nice form on this thing. Seeing a large size specimen just kind of filled out with that pink color over top is just pretty amazing. And then you kind of get that nice lush green as it kind of approaches back to this summertime.
Yeah, I mean, for a tree that's going to give you some dynamic spring color, this tree definitely does. It has some of that flowering type interest where you really get some amazing spring colors. And then the fall, as you're starting to see coming in, you get some vibrant orange reds and very intense and very just beautiful. For a spring interest tree and a fall interest tree, this tree really gives the changes of the seasons.
Yeah, I love just kind of looking at all these different leaves in that different stage, and you can kind of see probably some of those colors that it picks up during the springtime and the fall time color, and just kind of that beautiful range that it has that's, transitioning into fall time. This is definitely one that wasn't on my radar, but now I'm seeing it in person and in the fall time color is just so nice. Definitely one that's going to make that list for sure.
Y'all, lastly, we've got Pinus contorta Chief Joseph. And Chief Joseph is one of the most beautiful and most intense yellow pines of them all. I do recommend this for more of a northern zone 5 through 8. It does phenomenal with good drainage. We've struggled trying to grow this in the deep south in a zone 8. In a zone 7B, probably not as well. But this is one of the most beautiful yellow conifers that I've ever seen. And we've been growing at the Buck Holtz farm for a number of years in Gaston, Oregon. And to me, there's not another conifer that can rival the yellow color that Chief Joseph can provide.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is an awesome native species to that PNW out there. Yeah, like Tim was saying, that yellow on this tree during the wintertime, it's just amazing. Like those amber hues mixed with that kind of picked up highlighter yellow. This thing is just going to be like a golden beacon in the landscape come wintertime when everything else is, kind of finished up. This thing is still going to be putting on a show. I also love how the candling looks on this thing during the springtime. An awesome tree, like Tim was saying, make sure that it's not in a very humid location. This thing is, you want to keep it in a spot where it's going to look great in the garden as well, because this thing, all those contortas, they just be putting on a show for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the Pinus contorta is native to the Pacific Northwest. I have seen Pinus contorta also do very well in the Northeast. It is a very beautiful conifer. It is one of the most popular conifers. When we list them, they often sell it really quickly. Guys, this is just 10 of the 20 trees getting listed today. There's another cool 10 trees getting listed. Check out your email for those. Guys, there's probably a lot of conifers we didn't talk about because we talked about a lot of maples. And there's probably a lot of maples we didn't talk about too. Sign up for that weekly email on MrMaple.com. That's where you can find that to be signed up for that. And all these trees get listed today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Many of these will sell out quickly, so do check out quickly.
Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.